And there goes Nathan from the Pinhoti Outdoor Center as I'm starting my hike. It is about 10 after 8 on a Tuesday morning, and here it is. Here's the first blaze of the Pinhoti. Here we go. We're about to start and pick up and hopefully do a little better this time than last time. Got a short little hike here, and I'll reach the cabins that are on top of Flagg Mountain. And we'll take it from there. Temperatures are going to be good, more like predicted, in the 70s, upper 60s to 70s. The problem right now is the rain. The rain has come in a little bit more than was originally predicted. It's going to take a little longer to get out. It's going to be here, it looks like, through possibly Thursday or Friday. So that's the problem for the hikers, to have to deal with rainy conditions. And I was talking with Matt, and he said a lot of people have canceled for this weekend because of the weather was so bad, and the rain I was driving in last night was pretty bad, so I can't say I blame them. And here's the information board of the Pinhoti. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on hiking, and I'll pretty much put the camera down for a little bit until I get to the cabins, and then I'll take some more pictures and Flagg Mountain. So shortly after I cut it off, I took a nice spill, fell on my back and my pack, luckily, going down a little slope there. But I made it to where the register is, and I'm going to sign in and put a sticker. So here's the register, and I'm going to put one of my Wandering Drew stickers here. Well, I made it to where the cabins are. Beautiful to see Flagg up there, as well as some nice decorations for Halloween. Someone's got a healthy sense of humor up here. There's the tower, and the cabins will be on the other side. So figure out how hard this is and how out of shape I am. Unbelievable. And here's the tower. A little closer up. And here we have a little bit of a view, just beautiful on the distance. So unfortunately this tree is blocking the view, but that's okay. Well, coming off of Flagg Mountain, you can see the different colors. Some of them are starting to change with the fall. I was talking with Nathan from the Pinhoti Outdoor Center. He's the one that actually shuttled me. It was nice to finally meet him. I've spoken to him several times on the phone, and we've emailed and texted up and back. But when I came here in January, that was much colder weather, and he was not around. He wasn't at the center of the days I was there, and he wasn't shuttling. He was doing other things. So I didn't get a chance to meet him, unfortunately. So it was nice to meet him today and finally put a name with the face, and he drove me up and said, this is their busy season, obviously the fall. Nice weather, you get the leaves turning, but with the weather this weekend being predicted for rain all weekend, and then through the week, these 2-3 days coming up, a lot of people canceled or pushed their plans off till later in the week. So I'm not expecting to see too many other hikers. There were 2 people in the book after the person that I stayed with at the shelter. The shelter. I see the sign. There were 2 other people that signed in the book after miles afoot. But I don't know where they're at and what they're doing. So I'll have to see. I don't know if I'll run into them or not. Not anticipating seeing too many people, like I said, being that it's during the week and the weather has been predicted to be bad. A lot of people are, pushing their plans off to better weather. Matter of fact, I guess if I really wanted to, I could push a little bit, get on the road walk and get picked up and go stay at the POC tonight. But I'm not planning on doing that. But I know thunderstorms are predicted both today and tomorrow. So far the weather's been holding, just been a little sprinkling here and there, but we'll see. And once I'm in my shelter, if it rains, it rains. As long as I stay dry and I picked a good spot, drains well, I should be good. Check in again later. Appreciate someone that put this bench out here. Get a nice view of a little valley here or the river flowing. It is a nice serene spot. I can see why someone might want a bench over here. Nice place to walk up to and take a break. And then walk back if you're staying in one of the cabins. Yeah, going down a little slope here and to a little stream crossing with a bridge. It's a couple of minutes after 10 o'clock in the morning. Come to my first nice little view, with an unobstructed view, that is. I think I've gone about it says 3.6 miles. Definitely feeling it. Out of shape. Have no trail legs. Terrain is kicking my butt. I took 2 falls. I took a really bad fall back by that drawbridge where my feet came out under me and I actually slid off the bridge. If that would have been over a cliff or something, I would have been in trouble. Camera went flying actually as well, but luckily it didn't fall in the water. It just got some mud on it, fell into the mud. So once again, if that would have been a cliff, I would have lost the camera as well. I put one trekking pole away so that I could hold the camera in the other hand. I don't know if that's going to work for me in the future. I quickly realized how I feel with this extra thing in my hand. It really handicaps me, I think. So I might have to go back to a clip on the shoulder straps. So we'll see. I have that doubt creeping in about even being able to make the 12 miles that I want to do today. The 12 or 13 or so to the campsite. I've been hiking for almost 2 hours. So my pace is really slow, but I'm hurting. I mean, I've took some pictures, I've slowed down and gone back for stuff, but let me turn around so I can see myself. But I'm really feeling this trip. I wouldn't recommend. But I'm really feeling the altitude in terms of the physicality of it. Definitely don't recommend coming off the couch and trying to do something vigorous like this. So But we'll see. We're going to push on. We're going to do the 12 miles today, hopefully. Weather's holding so far. As you can see, the sun's out. So I don't know if that's the calm before the storm, or literally, or maybe some, it's scattered. So scattered could be, on the other side of the mountain, and you might stay dry. I'm hoping for that. I'm going to try and keep pushing on. I know I got a road walk coming up, so that'll be a little bit easier. It's distance and it's hard on your feet, but at least there's no, rocks and stuff. So I know I'll make better time, good and bad, obviously. But really berating myself for not training more. Definitely recommend, if you're going to come out and do this, that you train a little bit. Walking down the trail and just saw this view and just stopped and said, man, that looks beautiful, doesn't it? And this is why, part of the reason why I would do this. Look at that view. You can't see that from the road. You're not going to see that. And I'm definitely not going to see that in the city. You got to come out here. And you earn the view by sweating and working to get to the top, or to get this view. That's part of the reason why. And coming across a bridge, I'm going to try and get across this one without taking a fall or sliding off of it into the water. But I guess if you need to get water, you'd be more than happy to see this little stream here. So it's flowing up here, but it's kind of stagnant over here due to the fallen logs. They have screens on this, so at least it's not quite so slippery. But you can see right here there is usable water. So that's good. And it's been raining the last 2 days, so I'm sure this is all pretty fresh. It's about 11 o'clock now, so it's been about an hour, I think, since I checked in last. So, and we've come down off the elevation. So I've done about 5.75 miles, so almost halfway for today. So, and that's about almost 3 hours of hiking. So I'm a little slower than I expected, or I've been in the past, but it's kind of anticipated with some terrain, and of course, the conditioning is the big difference. If I would have trained more, been in better shape, I think I'd be doing better. So it's still pretty warm. It's probably mid-70s. It's very humid. Definitely not fall-like, or what I was anticipating or hoping for. So, but I knew it was going to be a little warm and humid. Fortunately, I'm pleased so far. No rain. So we'll see how much longer that'll last. I have a feeling my luck's not going to hold, and there'll be rain at some point. It's 11:20. I made it to the county road. I think it's County Road 56. I've got a couple of miles of road walk now. Then I'll get back in the woods, and I'll be at my camp. I've done, like I said, 6.2 in about 3 hours and 10 minutes. So if I can continue this pace, which I think I'll actually do better because it's a road walk, then I should be able to make it to my tent site in 3 hours, or like I figured around 2 o'clock. And this is what I'll be looking at for the next couple of miles. I've made it to mile 7.1, Caperton's store. Walking up the road. I don't know if you can see, there's a deer looking at me on the second light pole in the middle of the road to the right side. Oh, must be a doe with a fawn. I thought it was a dog at first. I just saw the baby. Still doing a road walk, about 9.5 miles today so far. It's about 12:30 and it just started raining. It's a drizzle, but it's getting a little heavier. So I have a feeling I'm going to be hiking the next 3.5 miles in the rain today. We'll see. Okay, I'm finished with the road walk, or it's a dirt road. It's not that bad. Kind of about 10.8 miles. Going back in the woods now. It's 1 o'clock. And came to the mailbox with a logbook. Well, it's 2:25. I set my camp up. This is probably the heaviest rain I've ever had to set my camp up, or my tent up. Pretty much squeezing water out of the tent that dripped in with me or came out of my clothes. I've taken off my wet clothes a little bit, just the bottoms, so that they won't get the tent all wet. I think I got most of the water out, and most of the stuff inside that I need to, and I'll keep drying. So it looks like this is where, luckily I had just reached where I was. I needed like another 5 minutes and I would have been dry totally. But, you know, you get what you get. You don't get upset. So nature gave me rain a little earlier, faster than I planned for. I'm going to finish setting up. I'll probably have something to drink and to eat. I'll probably have to go out at some point and get some more water. I'll fill up my water bladder, and I'll filter water for tonight and for tomorrow's hike. I'm going to look at the map, see what I'm going to do, if I'm going to actually go to the road and then get a ride to Pinhoti, or I may actually go a little bit past it. Nathan made a suggestion to me about doing a little bit more and then getting picked up further down the road. So I'm going to look at that. I'm going to see how my feet are doing and how I'm feeling. I got to say, this trail is kicking my butt today. I am definitely out of shape. Not happy, but I did get the miles done. So that's a good thing. I'll do a little recap later. I'm going to do my business that I need to do right now, which is finish setting up the tent, get my stuff ready for bed, put a bedroll out, and probably change out of these wet clothes. The good thing is that temperatures are warm, probably in the 70s still. Humidity is high, of course, so it's not cold at all. It's quite bearable. So I'm sorry about the rain on the lens. Everything's full of fog right now and mist. Humidity, I should say. I was recording myself starting to set up the tent when it rained, so we'll see how that came out. I gotta say this, I don't know how much longer this camera's gonna last. It's been beaten up a little bit today, but I'll do a little recap later. Well, it's about 5 minutes after 4. Rain stopped for a little while, then it started again, and it just stopped again. So I opened up a flap of the tent. I'm going to open up some more to try and get some air through here because the humidity is pretty thick right now. Just made my dinner. I'm having pasta. You've seen me eat this before by Alpine. And looking good. It's constituted pretty well. I'll give a recap in a little while, but yeah, let me just wait to give a recap and then figure out what I'm going to do. I've been looking at the map a little bit, had some downtime, about 30-40 minutes. But in the meantime, I've prepped as much as I can to go to bed. I've gotten water. I have about probably 1.5 liters left, and I filled up both my bottles already. I'm going to drink one now, I'll probably save one for tomorrow, but I can fill up again, so that's no problem. I probably won't use all that water. I'll try and drink as much as I can in the morning before I leave. I dug a cat hole just in case I need to go to the restroom, either now or in the morning. So I did that. Luckily, between rainfall, so I didn't get wet on that. I hung my bear bag cable up already, so I have my food here. So I'm just waiting to eat. When I'm finished eating, I'll have my snack real quick, and then I'll probably put everything in my bear bag, in my food bag, to run up and keep it safe over the night. I don't think there's really a problem with critters here, but it's better safe than sorry. If it's not a bear, I'm still worried about other animals like, mice, squirrels, raccoons, anything that may come along, smell my food and want it. Another smart idea is to obviously stop somewhere, make your food, then keep walking a little bit, and then make camp. But I stopped early. The rain kind of determined where I stopped. I was planning on stopping here. I actually thought about going on another mile or so, but the thunder that I heard made that really not a good choice. So, and I'm kind of beat, honestly. Okay, I'll check back again after I eat. Well, figured it's a good time to do the wrap up. It's 4:35. I've already eaten my food, which was very good. It was reconstituted, very good. Had no crunchy parts, so I like that. I brushed my teeth, put my food bag up, went to the bathroom again, and refilled my water bottles. So I'm set for the night. And as you can hear, it started raining again, just as I was putting my food bag up. So I have all the flaps closed. I'm trying to stay dry. It's not looking good for me drying out any of my clothes. However, based on this, and now that all my clothes are pretty much wet, and my gear, the sleeping bag, is dry, so I'll be good tonight. I'm safe. I'm safe here. I'm dry. I'm comfortable, and I'm fed. So I have everything I need. I can stay here. I just don't know what the weather is going to bring tomorrow. I have no cell phone reception, so I can't check the current weather and what the prediction is. I just know what it was earlier today and yesterday. So the rain is supposed to continue tomorrow. It was supposed to taper off originally Wednesday afternoon, but then they were showing Thursday and possibly even to Friday some rain. But I'm a little optimistic about hopefully this front moves through and I can get some better weather. Luckily today, the rain held off until about 2 o'clock, just as I was arriving at the site, and I was able to stop here and set up. I did get obviously very wet setting up because the rain came down quite heavily, but at least I was able to already be here and I have to keep hiking in the rain, which really doesn't bother me. I do have a rain jacket, I just didn't have it on, and I do have rain pants that I didn't have on either. So if I know I'm going to go out in the rain, I will obviously prepare for that a little better. So most of my clothes is in the tent, which is wet. My socks are wet. I took 3 falls today, actually. Something new for me. I usually don't fall. The first one was pretty much right away at the start, coming down the hill. I just kind of slid back, landed on my pack. That was not an incident. The second one was pretty bad. I was on a footbridge, but there was no traction on it, and I stepped on it, and it's just wet and slippery. It's got algae or something built up on it, some mold or whatever, and I just took off flying, and I actually landed on my feet, my knee, my butt, and I actually slid. The camera went flying, and I actually slid off the bridge into the creek below. So luckily it was basically standing. I'm thinking that I could have stopped myself probably if I would have grabbed onto a 2x4 or 4x4, but if that was a cliff I would have been in big trouble, and I would have lost my camera because it did fall into the mud. The camera's taking a beating today, and unfortunately right now it is not working. After the last fall and then the rain, it is not turning on, so I turned it off, took the battery out. I'm gonna let it sit. Going to probably go back to the Pinhoti Outdoor Center tomorrow. I will drop off the camera, put it in my vehicle. Hopefully it'll dry out and it can be saved. If not, it's pretty sad, but it's my fault. I took a nice healthy spill. And then the third fall was actually crossing a river, stream really, it's not a river. And I stepped on a rock and the rock shifted and my leg went with it and I went down. So that one ended up stepping in and I actually fell kind of face forward onto my right side a little bit. Camera was there. The camera did get wet. My pole, my hand, my leg, my arm, everything on the right side pretty much got wet, including my sneaker and the pant leg. So I was already kind of wet. So I kept going, and it wasn't long after that the rain started. So I was pretty much already wet anyway. My feet have been wet, obviously, from the rain. As you walk through the grass and the shrub, it picks it all up, gets on your pant legs, gets on your sneakers, and it drips down, and it gets your feet wet. I don't see any blisters on my feet. I did take off that waterproof athletic tape. Didn't hold really very well. There's a couple of pieces that held, but in general, it basically came off. But it did seem to do its job. I have no blisters. So that's what we're looking at now. Tomorrow, I was supposed to do another 12 or so and get to mile marker 23.5, which is up the road from the Pinhoti. And then I figured I'd walk back to the Pinhoti Center, or I can actually get a ride. Nathan put a seed in my head, which I think I'm going to water a little bit and let it bear some fruit, of going a little further tomorrow, and then he picks me up rather than me walking back to it. So I can pretty much go, if I can do a 16 or 16 and a half day tomorrow, which I think is well within my reach. I'm definitely hurting. There's no doubt that I'm out of shape, and I have no one to blame but myself for that. But if I get an early start, like I believe I will, I mean, here it is, it's not even 5 o'clock, and I'm already hunkered down to weather the storm. The big thing will be what the rain is going to do tomorrow. If I wake up and it's raining like this all day, then it's going to be a pretty bad day. I might just even go to a road and call for a pickup. More than likely, knowing me, I'll probably hike, because once I'm wet, I don't really care, and I've done it before. But I am going to drop off some stuff in my car now, so I'll probably be losing well over 1.5 pounds of stuff, because if I'm going to drop the camera off, I'm going to drop the batteries off, and all the cards, and an adapter, a card adapter. I won't need any of that stuff. I'm going to try, after I record this, to see if I can at least pull the videos off of the camera with the card. So hopefully the card's not damaged. And that's it. I'm trying to keep warm now. It is starting to feel a little chilly, because I was sitting in wet clothes for probably 2 hours. Probably 2.5 hours. I think I got here around 2. It was raining. I probably finally set up about 2:30, and I didn't eat till about 4. So I got everything I need. I'm going to get ready for bed very shortly. I'm going to edit a video, maybe listen to a podcast or so, and I'm sure I'll drift off. And hopefully I'll have a comfortable night's sleep, although I usually don't sleep very well on the trail. So that's it. Other than that, it was a good day. I did about 12.3 or 12.4 miles. I came across the stream. I found the campsite. Obviously, someone's been here before. There was some structures kind of built. Almost some wood was stocked up. And there's a fire ring here that someone made out of stone. So it was clear. There's enough for 3 tents here probably easily. I was picking one site, and then it started raining, and I picked another one. I was kind of out in the open a little bit more. The other one had trees right over it. And I was going to put my bear bag over there, which I did. So in the morning, I'll have to just get up, pack up as much as I can. If it's raining, I'll have to get the bear bag down either way so I can eat. But I may just stay in the tent for a little longer and try and ride out the rain. See if I can get an update. I can always use the GPS to see if I can get an update on the weather. And that's it. So looks like we'll be putting on wet clothes tomorrow, but not much of a choice. Such is the life of a hiker. And we'll go from there. Spirits are still good. Definitely hurting. The only easy day was yesterday, right? So today is done. It's in the books. Concerned about the camera, obviously, because I just bought it probably about 3 weeks ago. So if it's not working now, it's through my fault, obviously, taking that spill and getting it drenched. But I'll have to find another solution. So fortunately, I'm going to be using my camera, I guess, that's on my phone for the rest of the trip. So it'll save me weight. use more battery, but I won't have to recharge other batteries. So that's plan B that I know I can do. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. And hopefully tomorrow will be a drier and easier day. Take care.